Hello, hello. How is the audio? Just let me know how is the audio. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just put it in the chat. I see someone saying good evening. It's also going, it's not evening actually, it's afternoon. I mean, here it's going to be evening. But can you hear me? Is it audible or not? I don't see any confirmation here. Please, I will wait so that I'm sure that you are able to hear me. I see one yes, so I hope that you can hear me. Clearly audible. That's nice. Thank you. Great, great. Great to see that it's clearly audible. Okay, this video, just let me tell you, like, this video will be not be that long, depending on the questions, maybe half an hour or maybe an hour. And this video will be about anything about studying and living in Netherlands. You can ask me any questions about studying and living in the Netherlands. So you can put in your questions in the chat and I will try to answer. I will just wait 1 or 2 minutes so that I see some questions and then possibly start answering the questions. Hello, hello, hello. Hello Piyush, Jai Jagannath. Math is asking, is Toefl necessary? So you have to check, like, I mean, till now for masters you need TOEFL or Ielts, any type of English test. But for PhD, many cases it is waived off. So I don't know for what you are asking, but it depends. But for masters, probably you will need it, and you need to check the university website because they update it every time. By the way, who are joining now, you can smash the like button, so that helps to boost the algorithm and also show to everyone, and maybe share the video so that it helps others. Sri Dut is asking, Keshav, hi Keshav, hi Berens. Sri Dut is asking, hi Sambit, I'm relocating to Netherlands in next 20 days with family, one kid. Can you guide me? What should we bring with us in the travel? So regarding the things that you need to pack, you can type on YouTube things to pack for Netherlands or something like that, space SambitPhD, because I made a video on that where I mention, in short I can tell you, but watch the video, it will be very helpful, like some basic pressure cooker or some basic 1 or 2 week stuff, not much more than that, which will be sufficient for you to survive, like some basic spices, basic garments, because you'll find all the winter garments here which are much cheaper. You check that video, you will get an idea about what you should bring. And by the way, good luck with your moving in 20 days to the Netherlands. So Hari Prasad is saying, does the university or professor matter for PhD in Netherlands? Hari Prasad, based on my experience, by the way, who don't know, I recently finished a PhD in the Netherlands, so I'm talking from that experience. If you do a PhD, it is always not about the university, but more about the team or the group of supervisors with whom you are going to work. So it really matters which professor, which team you choose, how they are, how is your rapport on a day-to-day basis for a long term, and also about the quality of work they do, apart from promoting work-life balance and having a good rapport. Yeah. So Aichurok Baritasova. Hi, can I work in the Netherlands immediately after obtaining bachelor's degree? What kind of visa should my employee apply for? So yeah, you can work after bachelor's, even though your options might be limited as compared to if you do a higher degree, but you will get a lot of opportunities, and normally your employer, not the employee, so you are the employee, your employer sponsors your visa, and they apply just for the work visa. There's no other fancy name here for the work visa. They will apply for you to get a work permit, and then only you can start working. So math is asking, actually I'm a PhD student. I don't know what is mean by PhD. I've never heard about that. And I have some issue with my grades, so I want to exit from here and do PhD in Europe. Yeah, for PhD, as I said, math, like you have to see whether Toefl or Ielts is needed. Most of the cases it is waived off. Just go and check academic transfer, which I have mentioned many times, and maybe I'll show this in this video also once, so that you know what is academic transfer. Yeah, it will take some time. The internet here is not that good. Maybe when I shift to Germany, you will have a nice live stream. So because the speed of the internet that I'm supposed to get in Germany will be much better than what I get here. I got your point, like you are talking about PhD. So if you go to academic transfer, you can always see a specific what you want to know keyword, or PhD, postdoc, professor, research, education, academic field. You can also subscribe for an email alert, and here you can see on that specific position, like suppose this is a PhD position, what are the requirements? Do they need a TOEFL score, or they need some transcripts? Everything will be mentioned in that particular position. So it's always a good idea to have a look in that, and then you will know for sure like what you actually need to for that particular position. Okay, so Subham is asking which ISER. Maybe Math and Subham can get in touch. Good to see that this kind of streams are also promoting intra-user participation, communication. Sridut again, how to search for rental house? I'm searching for last 1 month on Funda, Pararias, but no luck so far. So the reality is getting a house now is not that easy. Especially in the Netherlands, it's very high demand. So you need to minimum think like you need to search for at least 4 or 6 months, and if you're lucky you will get it within 2-3 months. So the websites that you mentioned, Funda and Pararias, is okay. I would also advise you to have a look at some of the rent brokers like Easy Makelar. So Makelar is like a I'll show you. I'll try to show you here. Let me see. So Easy Makelas is a rent broker site, and they help a lot in the Netherlands to get you a good house. So I would say like when it becomes difficult, even if you normally if you go by a broker, if they are genuine, you will pay like a very small one-time fee for finding a house, and this I think will be relevant for anyone who is searching for a house. So maybe go to Easy Makelars. There are many other makelars like brokers, and from there they will take like a one-time fee. Normally it's like 200 euros, 100 euros, maybe 300 euros only once, if they are successful in giving you a house, only then they take it, not before that. So this is the website. It has helped many people, that's why I'm showing you. No one has asked me to show this. So have a look there, easymaculars.nl. It will be helpful for you, and they have tie up with many agencies, many areas, Den Haag, Leiden, many places. So yeah, just have a look, maybe call them also, contact them. And housing market is a crunch, so it will be difficult. I can totally understand, it's not that easy. So let me see where I was. Piyush is saying, I'm planning for masters to fall 23. Ambitious. Heard that there's much housing issues, for some had to return back to. So whatever I know, either you get a house or you get it too late. Like I mean, I have never heard anyone returning for the house, but sometimes people after coming here don't have an accommodation and they move from one place to another, like small accommodation or maybe some outside shelters, which is very difficult. So as I mentioned in the previous website, do your research. And people who are coming for masters, I would give you one advice I've told everyone, is that please go via the option of the university. Try to pay the fees early, because they help you. They have a certain quota of houses which are reserved for certain students, and it's very limited in numbers. So if you pay everything early, they will help you. They have a tie-up with the housing agency. And if you don't go via that option while applying for masters, then it will be very difficult. Like people here, like Sridut was saying, searching house for a family, it's not easy, it's very difficult. So math, just to repeat, you cannot transfer your PhD. You need to apply and do another PhD here. The PhD, whatever you have done in India, cannot be transferred, because there is no such mechanism that the PhD, if you leave a PhD in the middle, there is no such mechanism that the years spent in PhD in India will be recognized in Europe. So you have to do it again from scratch. Maybe your experience might be relevant, that PhD is easier here, but you get a salary anyways here. So there's no harm in living in a better environment, even if you spend 1 or 2 years more, as I understand, because you have some issues with your guide. Mituraj is saying, I'm thinking of doing a graduation from Schengen, and my question is, after my graduation, can I work anywhere in Schengen? Can I face an hindrance? So it's not like if you do a graduation in one Schengen country, you can easily work in another. You can get a job in any Schengen, but then that local country's law will apply, like what they need if someone wants to work there, whether someone needs to stay there, need a visa, need a work permit. So it's always bounded by local regulation when you start working in a specific country, even though you are in Schengen. But work permit is different for individual countries. It is not like there is a Schengen rule that dominates the work permit. So people who want to speak with me on a video call, face to face, like do a one-on-one appointment, you can check the Calendly link on the top of this live stream, and that will help you to book an appointment on Calendly and speak with me one-to-one. So Rajsekhar Dutt Chaudhary is saying, what are the job opportunities after PhD? So there are many job opportunities. It depends what is your interest, whether you want to do R&D in industry, or you want to do a postdoc. Like it depends. Like for example, my interest was to be in academia. I had one friend with whom I also made a video recently. I think not recently, like 2 years back. So he went to R&D in industry. It really depends on what you want. There are many opportunities. You can go for consultancies, you can go for R&D positions. If you want more salary and that is what you want, you don't want to be in academia. But if you want to be in academia, then that's a different path. You get slightly less salary, like for example if you do a postdoc like me and you have a deep research interest. Avinash Avasti is asking, I'm moving to Netherlands in 20 days for masters. What are the things I should keep in mind? I think the only thing, as I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, is try to find a house as soon as possible, or if you have already done it, then well done. That's the biggest thing. There's nothing else you should keep in mind. Try to have a proper accommodation and try to see how you can go from there to and fro. And I don't think you need to prepare something for that. So Math is asking how to apply for PhD and how to create a proper CV and SOP. I have already made a video on that, how to make a proper CV and SOP. Just type on YouTube, search CV PhD or CV space SambitPhD, my name, channel name, and SOP PhD space SambitPhD. You will find all these videos about CV, SOP. So I've made videos on masters, SOP, also PhD, CV, SOP, everything. There are many videos on that. I won't repeat here. Avinash is asking, how is public transport in Netherlands? Like, what are the apps or websites? There is a video on that. Just type on YouTube apps for Netherlands space SambitPhD and you will find that easily. And just to tell you, for transport there are two apps, ns.nl, 9292.nl. they are more than sufficient for everything. NS is for trains, 992 is for bus and other transports, and that will be sufficient. Clever is asking, hello Dr. Praharaj, how can I boost my chance of getting a PhD? Well, in my final year of masters, so only one thing that I can tell you about boosting your chances for a PhD is, by the way, who are joining now, this video is about asking me anything about studying and living in Netherlands. You can ask me basically anything. So apply as much as possible. Try to plan very early. I would say like in the before the second half of your masters, like give at least 6 to 8 months and try to apply as much as possible, because that can only increase your chances of getting a PhD. Because I always say that it's not that you are not that competent, but it's because you are not that fit, like you are not a good fit for that position. So the more you apply, the chances you increase your chances of becoming that fit candidate for that position. How to crack Toefl or Ielts through self-study. So yeah, I cannot like tell you in this video, but I can tell you I had a material for Toefl. Maybe you contact me later, I can post. I think I've shared that once, I don't remember. Like there's a Google Drive link where I have collected some materials when I prepared for Toefl, like 2014, I think, like 8 years back. I even don't remember, and even I don't remember how I prepared, but Toefl was very easy. I remember, like, if you are from English medium background, then Toefl is very easy. It's not that difficult to prepare. Are there many job opportunities? Mituraj is asking after bachelor's. I don't know. Like these are kind of like very relative questions. I cannot answer if there are many or less, but there are certainly some opportunities after bachelor's. You have to check on LinkedIn what are the minimum qualification you should have for certain job in management sector. So I cannot comment on that. So Math was asking where I did my bachelor's and master's. So my bachelor's was in India in a state university, and my master's was from Delft University of Technology in the Netherlands. So I am almost going to complete 7 years in the Netherlands, and soon will be moving to Germany. By the way, who are joining now, you can check the Calendly link. so that you can schedule a one-to-one call and directly talk with me on a video call instead of typing here if you want to. Otherwise, just type here. Sridut is saying, I'm relocating for work. Do I need to buy any travel insurance or medical insurance before flying from India to Netherlands? So it is really again a subjective thing, because if you are relocating for work, you will definitely need to start a health insurance here from the day you are starting to join for work. So that you will already get. So I don't think you need any medical insurance. I mean, you need a medical insurance, a local one here, that you can talk with your HR or the employer who is present here. And regarding travel insurance, it's up to you. So if you have something valuable, you want to insure it, it's really a very subjective thing. I cannot say whether you need a travel insurance, but some people do it, so it's up to you. Math is asking, for August 2023 session, when should I start applying? So the applications for 2023 are going to open now, like from 1st of October, if I'm not wrong. You have to check the universities. Most universities will open in first week of October, or max by first week of November. Every university will be open. So try to shortlist your universities, check on their website, and then definitely you can apply as soon as possible for those. Avinash is asking, do companies and industries in Netherlands require GRE or Toefl score post you complete MS? Do companies and industries? No. So if you're directly hired, or if you come from client side, or if you get a job here, for job you don't need GRE or Toefl or anything after your masters. No, you don't need it. So Sridut is asking, my wife is a school teacher in India. Can she work in education sector in the Netherlands? So Sridut, it depends. Like, your wife is a school teacher, but as far as I know, it's not that easy. Like, because the qualification that we'll have as a school teacher here, because to teach here, working in education sector is a different thing, because it can mean a lot of things. Like, maybe you're doing research, maybe you're doing a PhD. But if you really want to teach here, then you need a basic qualification, which I also don't have as a PhD, but many people have it in case they want to continue in research and also in teaching here, which is called BKO. I forgot the Dutch full form. It's a big word. So BKO basically means a basic teaching qualification to be able to teach. I think there is a BKO, which is in Dutch, and there's another one in English, which is called BKE, which is BKE. Actually, in Dutch they call it that, if I'm not wrong. So you need those qualification if you want to teach here. So probably after you come here, have a look at universities, ask some PhDs whom you know, and maybe slowly you can build your profile on that. But working immediately, I think, will be difficult. Or I don't know, maybe if you go on consultancy in education sector, that might be an option for you. Okay, so I don't see any more questions. Good to see that, yeah, I could answer some of the questions. So if you have more questions, please put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'll wait 1 or 2 minutes and then stop the stream. So Mituraj is asking, I'm looking for doing my bachelor's from University of Luxembourg. Any views on this? So Luxembourg has also good universities. When I was applying for postdoc, I also looked at some universities in Luxembourg. I don't remember the name, whether it was University of Luxembourg or some other university. But yeah, Luxembourg has also some good universities, and also very close to Germany, the western part of Germany, like Trier and those cities. So I know people who do bachelor's or master's in Luxembourg, and then they do some internships in Saarland University, which is like in the western, southwestern or western part of Germany, which has really good artificial intelligence institute and different institutes of DFKI. So yeah, you can do something in Luxembourg, not bad. Avinash is asking, based on your experience, what are the skills companies in Netherlands look for in candidates? Again, that's a very broad question because that can vary across domains, across sectors, across individuals, across levels of experience. But I would say, yeah, like some soft skills, like specifically domain level skills, like suppose you are applying as a coder, and you don't need to know every coding language, but I'm just telling you very general thing because it's a very vague question. Like if you are applying for, suppose, something to do in Python, then you should have demonstrated certain project work or some years of experience of doing some Python project. So if you have experience in that particular language or skill and you can show that in some form, some physical or digital form, that will be really appreciated. VK Blocks is asking, bro, which country do you suggest considering future job prospects, Germany or Netherlands? I'm really confused. Every country has different job prospects, and if you do a master's in Germany, you can always come to Netherlands, and you can also do something in Netherlands and go to Germany. So I don't see any distinction in that. Like, I mean, it depends really on you, like what you prefer, whether you prefer a good language and paying more money like in the Netherlands, or less money and that language. So it really depends on you. Anything is fine. Preeti Lahar is asking, I'm looking for doing PhD from Leiden University. Can you suggest what are the things required? So Preeti, I don't know if you saw, I showed academic transfer in the beginning of the stream. So you can go to academic transfer and just see for that position on which you are looking for. Every PhD position for any university in the Netherlands is always advertised on academic transfer, which I showed in the beginning of the stream, and I'll show it again here now. You can search for it. If you find something on Leiden, here you see Twente University, Redbound University, Wageningen. Yeah, there are many. So if you find something for Leiden, click on that, then it will show you what are the requirements, what are the qualifications, everything will be shown there once you click on it. So do your research, check it out, the dates to apply, and below you will see like whom to contact, what you need to do, full CV, everything is mentioned there, all the requirements. So okay, Sakti Sanjeev is asking, hi, I applied for PhD in TU Delft and also had a chat. It was kind of an interview with a postdoc over Zoom 2 weeks ago. Okay, Sakti, then what's your question? You had a chat, I understand. I don't understand what's your question. Okay, in between that many people wrote, sorry. So I haven't heard from them yet. Should I reach them back regarding the decision? Definitely. So always try to be proactive. Try to, Shakti, I would say, Shakti, right? Yeah, Shakti. So try to send an email, a reminder, and ask them. And if you have personally talked with a postdoc, also keep him in the CC, keep him in the loop, and the main professor or someone with whom you came in contact. Because always it's good to be proactive. Even if you are rejected or accepted, you don't know, but there's no harm in like pinging them back again and again. Because now the summer breaks are coming. In the month of July and August, people go on summer break like for 2-3 weeks or a year. So yeah, during the summer break sometimes people are very busy, so that also results in delay of the responses. But yeah, try to contact them. Piyush is saying taxes in Netherlands is the heavy education loan a con for Netherlands. How long does it take to pay? So Piyush, exactly for this, you can type on YouTube search time to repay loan space SambitPhD or education loan space SambitPhD. You will find a nice video I made on the education loan. Go check it out, and then you will get a clear idea like how much loan you can like repay and how much time it will take depending on the approximate salary you get here as a PhD or as an employee in a normal company. But roughly I would say 3-4 years, but do check the video and then you can adjust depending on the conversion rate and everything. So heavy education loan is not a con, it's an investment for your future. That's my take on it. Sridut is saying, okay, Sridut, maybe you are confused. So your employer gives you a contact person for the medical insurance. Employer doesn't pay for the medical insurance. They will give you some contacts if you ask them, or you can choose one yourself, but then you pay yourself, like from your bank account only you pay. That's how the system is in the Netherlands. Only your employer can give you some options, like, okay, these are the 3 insurances which most people take, you can choose out of one out of them, but it's obviously your choice, because at the end of the day you will pay. You need to decide what kind of package you want to have. Sometimes, I don't know if you know it already, people have very expensive dental and eye care. So if you have some dental issues, people take additional package on top of the health insurance, which obviously I did not have, but people take it. So yeah, so you have to see. And you can search on Google, like medical insurance. How you search? You can just search on Google health insurance for employees or something like that. And then also I would advise you to just ask the HR person. He can really guide you in that, even though they don't give it to you, as I mentioned, but they can guide you to choose one. So by the way, who are joining now, don't forget to like the video, so it helps to boost the algorithm and show to more people, and also share each other so that it helps you. So VK Blocks is again asking, for masters, which country do you suggest? Okay, I already answered that. Lata is asking, brief summary of tax brackets for expat employees. So I think there is a calculator where you can find about the tax. I don't remember exactly the tax, but roughly you can say, I think around 50,000 or 60,000 gross annual income. The tax is like, you are in the 33 or something, like 37 or 33% slab, and then after that 50-60,000 euro, you come to the very high 50% slab, the amount on top of that. So yeah, there is a website, I think if you Google it, you will find it. It's like a tax calculator for Netherlands, which updates every year, which will give you a rough estimate depending on your gross annual income, what can your tax look like. It is a very estimate, because it depends on the individual. Sometimes tax varies depending on whether you are married or not, whether you are a single person, what is your living situation. Many things depend on your tax, and it gets balanced. So there is a Dutch income tax calculator. I think if you just type on Google Dutch income tax calculator, you can find that, and that will give you an idea about the rough. I can show you here. So I don't know whether it's updated now. It says it is 2022. So if you type something here and choose these options, and also the 30% ruling if you're coming from abroad, you will get a rough idea of the taxes. But the brackets, I think you can find on belastingdienst.nl. I don't know if they have it, where they have it, but it's normally on belasting. But I think we should not worry that much about it, because when you get your salary in the pay slip and when you fill the income tax return here, you will always find that clearly mentioned. But I can search here, I don't know if I will get it. Belastingdienst is like the tax agency. So Belasting is tax and Dienst is like the service agency. Belastingdienst tax brackets. Maybe if you type this on Google, you might see it, or else you have the tax calculator, which will give you. Yeah, I don't know if it is the updated one which is shown here, but yeah, so from this I think you'll get an idea about the tax brackets. It's a bit slow because I am also streaming and my upload speed is not that good. So once it shows, I will show you in the screen. In the meantime, I can start answering some questions. Sakti Sanjeev is asking, I haven't, yeah, I already answered. Mysterious thoughts. Okay, Sridut again, if you get sick suddenly, can you go directly to the doctor in Netherlands? I've heard on YouTube that your No, no, you cannot go directly. So once you find a health insurance, do ask them. They will tell you the process. You normally have a general practitioner, a GP, who is like your regular immediate contact, and then they can direct you to a specialist if you want to go there. So what's the other question? If you ask the health insurance, they will let you know the process. Daily Thoughts is saying my 12th results are out. I got 67%. Any country would you suggest? You have to check the individual requirements of the country or the university. Every university has different cutoffs, so I cannot tell you. But I think Dutch universities, I don't know what is the cutoff now, but I think before it was 70 or 80%. But you have to check like what is the cutoff. You have to do your research. Sorry, I cannot help in that. Avinash is saying, how's the attitude of Dutch employers towards international students? Like, is it always they prefer a local over an international candidate? It's not always, but there is some hint of I don't know what you call it. Like, you can call it discrimination, but it's natural. Like, they sometimes prefer in some specific positions, depending on the language also needed. Not every position needs Dutch language, but sometimes you might need it. So yeah. Thank you, Avinash. Avinash is saying, Avinash and Sayantan is saying, hi Sambit, loved your videos. Thank you for all the videos on life in Netherlands. Most welcome. Thank you, it helped you. Shailesh is asking, general postdoc salary, it really varies. Maybe depending on the experience. If you have zero experience after PhD, then net salary in the Netherlands can look something in the range of 2,600 to 2,800, 900 euro, 800, maybe 2,000, around the range of 2,600 to 800 or 2,500 to 700 euro, something like that. Yeah, so Avinash, as I said, like, it can happen like that. Did I miss any question? Animesh Nanda, I missed the question. So regarding the tax, another, I just want to show Lata, she was asking, okay, so I think this shows what I was saying about the tax. The 2022 bracket, like 1A, is up to 36,000 euro, this much, and depending on the age also, something about age. And above 69,399 euros, it's 49.5, almost 50%. That's, I think, if you are a really experienced person, you work in something like, I don't know, like what is that called? Booking.com. People get like 80,000 euro, 2-3 years experience with a PhD or something, and they are, so anything which is more than that will be 50% Excel, just like you have the different brackets. And this is the 2022 bracket. You can always search on Google like Belasting tax brackets, Belastingdienst tax brackets, because Belastingdienst is like the tax authorities. This is in reference to a previous question that I was answering. Okay. So let me go back to the questions we had in the chat. How to make Indian friends in Netherlands? Ridut is asking. It's very easy. Once you come here, you will, I think it depends on where you stay. There are some areas like Amstel, Wien or Eindhoven. Many Indians are there, and they are all over the Netherlands. You can check the Indian in Netherlands group in the Facebook. There, it's very helpful. And also different areas have Indian in Netherlands group, like Indian in Utrecht, Indian in Eindhoven, Indian in Rotterdam. Just go there, ask someone, DM some people. There will be definitely some people who will be interested to meet like you. There will be many new people who are coming now. So yeah, that's the best way to meet. Sayantan Samu is asking, I got PhD at Utrecht. Oh, just wait, Sayantan. I missed Animesh Nanda's question regarding PhD opportunities in application of computer vision in sports analytics. How good are Netherlands universities? I cannot say exactly how good they are, but I know there are a lot of computer vision projects in Leiden, Utrecht, who use sports analytics. I think you can search like academic transfer, as I mentioned, sports analytics. and you will find nice ideas. By the way, who are joining now, this video is about asking anything about studying and living in Netherlands. If you want to have a one-on-one video chat with me, talk face to face, then check the Calendly link on the top of the page. Otherwise, type it here. I will soon end the stream. Okay, Sayantan, I got PhD at Utrecht University. My initial gross salary will be this. Okay, that's your first, I think that's your first year salary probably, and second year onwards it will increase a lot. And if you come directly from India, you will probably get also the 30% ruling, which is available now. Do you think it is a good option to take my wife with me? Is the money sufficient for two people? So it depends. I mean, now with the inflation, like with the high living expenses, it might be difficult for two persons. It depends, but I think once you are here, then depending on the qualification, maybe your wife can also start looking for some job. So I won't say it will be difficult, but it will be too tight depending on how much you spend on the housing, which is very expensive now. If you spend like 50% of your net salary, like around 1,000 euros on housing, then yeah, like it will be sufficient, just sufficient. And maybe after coming as a dependent, maybe your wife can start looking for some jobs, and that can help. But I think if you want to bring her, I would not hesitate, because then you know the surrounding, and then it will be easier to get a job also. Where to buy Indian needs in Netherlands, online and offline? I don't understand the question, Sridut. So most welcome, Animesh. Jane Francis Chica is saying, is it easy for part-time job for international student to help financially while studying? It is very easy to get part-time jobs. Yeah, it is true, it is easy, but it's not easy to balance part-time job and studies. So be careful of that when you do a part-time job. I hope this video helped you to get some ideas about studying and living in Netherlands. We'll do many more streams like that, and thank you for being nice and asking your questions. I hope it helped you in a way. Share this video. Don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Till next video, goodbye from the Netherlands. And also, Sridut, ping me when you are here. Maybe if I'm here, we can also meet. Bye. Bye-bye from Netherlands. Peace.